North America's first yearling sale for horses with turf appeal is coming to Fasig-Tipton. Selected yearlings by the nation's top turf sires. The Fasig-Tipton Turf Showcase presented by Woodbine Racetrack, September 10th in Lexington, Kentucky. Where will you be?
Hi everybody, Dan Illman for Weekend Wrap, taking a look back at last Saturday's Grade 1 Del Mar Oaks at Del Mar for fillies. 3-year-old fillies on the turf. They break from the gate in the Del Mar Oaks, and you're going to notice in this race that this is a race where the pace completely collapses. At this 1 1/8 distance, the pace doesn't look fast just looking at it on paper, 23-3, 47-1, but these pace horses for the most part are nowhere at the finish. So you might want to give eventual credit and added credit to the horse that's going to finish 5th in this race, and this is the number 6 Meadow Sweet, who is really the only part of the pace to be around at the end. The winner of this race is going to be the number 10 Dream Dancing from Mark Casse and Julien Leparoux, who benefits from the fast pace. Dream Dancing also benefited from a really patient and wonderful ride from Leparoux. These horses are going to try, the closers at least, going to try to get into this race a little bit early, but not Leparoux, who remains patient and decides that the last run is going to be the best run. At the very back of the pack is the number 2 Madame Dancelot, and of the closers that end up finishing 1, 2, 3 in this race, Madame Dancelot might have been the one that was compromised the most, because jockey Jamie Theriault is going to remain down towards the inside and is stuck up and hung up in a little bit of traffic on the far turn. This horse will eventually get a seam in the lane, but perhaps she was stopped enough and her momentum was slowed. We see that the pace now, the closers are starting to get into it. The number 12 is Beau Recall, a horse that certainly knows how to be a bridesmaid. She runs second a lot, and she's going to run second again. She's into it. Watch Madame Dancelot, the number 2, down towards the inside. She is advancing, but she's going to find there's no way to go. And watch Leparoux. He stays outside with the 10 Dream Dancing. No traffic at all, while Madame Dancelot is completely stopped. Dream Dancing is in full flight, as is Beau Recall directly to her inside. Splitting horses is Madame Dancelot, and now we have a very close photo finish. Dream Dancing has the momentum, Beau Recall in between, Madame Dancelot down towards the rail, and the head bob goes to Dream Dancing, a filly that dances every dance, at least on the East Coast, and as we've said many times here on Weekend Wrap with Matt Bernier, Mike Beer, it seems that when these East Coast fillies, East Coast turf horses ship out west, they have an advantage from a class perspective. Dream Dancing gets it done. 15-20 to win, Beau Recall second, and the 10-12 $1 exacta returned $37.20. Dream Dancing, a homebred for John Oxley, and just a beautiful pedigree. She is by Tappet from the female family of Breeders' Cup Distaff winner Beautiful Pleasure and Arlington Million winner Mecky, and now a Grade 1 winner. A very valuable broodmare prospect down the road, and as a 3-year-old filly, she'll likely be pointed to the signature race for 3-year-old fillies in the fall on turf, and that is the Queen Elizabeth II race at Keeneland on October the 14th. It was a good, solid performance for Dream Dancing, and that's what she is, a good, solid horse. Beau Recall, for the most part, also a very trouble-free trip. She had the pace. She had no sort of trouble in the lane. She came with a solid run. You expect to see her in the QE2. Her connections have shown that they are willing to ship. They ran in the Belmont Oaks. Madame Dancelot still has problems with her lead changes. She failed to change for the 2nd straight race, but there's no denying she's in sharp form. And there's also no denying that she had to be sort of caught up in traffic there on the turn. She did find a seam, though. You saw a couple of other horses, most notably the number 8 Kathy's Song, who was just eliminated in mid-stretch at a big price when forced to check and take up. Conte Partiro was returning from Royal Ascot, where she passed 23 horses in the stretch to win. She got a fast-paced setup in here. It took her a while to get to the far outside, eventually altering out in mid-stretch. She came with a solid late run, an even finish for Conte Partiro. Not really sure where her best distance is right now. Is her kick magnified at a shorter 1-mile distance where the pace is strong? Does she want more ground? We'll find out a lot more from Conte Partiro in her next start or so. Meadow Sweet was the part of the pace that ran very well because she was still punching in the lane. She put away the other speed horse, opened up, and she was only beaten about 2 lengths for all of the money. She's extremely lightly raced with a ton of upside potential for trainer Richard Mandella. Keep an eye out for Meadow Sweet coming out of this race. But it was Dream Dancing, a 91 buyer speed figure. She got a beautifully patient ride off of a fast pace by a top rider in Julien Leparoux, and she wins the Del Mar Oaks.